Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. I've decided it's about time I build my Kingfisher. It's an FMS model, 1.4 metre wingspan, and it comes with skis, floats and oversized tundra wheels. It's called a build, but it's not really a build, it's more assembly. It's all screw in, no glue in, but there's a few little things I've got to address first. One of them is down there. If you have taken a look at my unboxings for the Kingfisher, you will see that I got it at a very reasonable price, and the reason I got it at a discounted price was because of that damage. Now unfortunately that damage is on the part of the aircraft that is joined to the main fuselage, so whereas I can take the front section off, I can't take that section off, and indeed I can take the cockpit and the grey section away, because that's where your battery hatch is. And to get that done I will be using this shrink and crack resistant filler. It's used for interior decorating. I think the Americans call it spackle, so I'll be using this to fix that. The other thing I want to do in this session is take a look at this thing. This is an FPV camera mount, and for the life of me I can't work out how the heck I'm supposed to mount a camera in there. So I'll be looking at that, seeing what I can do, seeing if I can get one of my Runcams to fit in, and that of course just clips into there, and then you've got forward looking camera. But I think it might need some modification for my use, or I'll just ignore it and put Velcro on the actual aircraft. So this is a lockdown assembly. I'm not rushing it, I've got loads of time. Our flying field isn't going to be open for another 2 months, end of March if we're lucky. Let's get this off. To replace the crosshead with a flat blade, I'm going to try for a crosshead now. Oh, I got it right. Good start. Little hint for those who are new to this: if you put a little magnet on one of your tools, you can attach what you take off onto that magnet. It doesn't have to be on a tool, but I find it handy. I keep it with my tools so I know they're magnetised, or I can add a magnet to them to make them magnetised. So they're the two screws, and they're not going to go anywhere. I know exactly where they are. Now this piece is perfectly good, no problems with it at all. Now you can buy that piece separately of course, but you can't buy this. Well, you can buy this piece, but it's not cheap. Now actually looking at this, you know, it's not that bad. I thought I'd have far more issues with this. No missing foam, it's just dented and creased. It's very crushed, but I don't want to put boiling water on it, which is a common way of fixing things that are crushed. And the reason behind that is that I don't want it to go like alligator skin. This is the bit I'd have to fill, but it's not going to look pretty to start with. But I've decided to paint this black, so you can see it's just sprayed on. I'll put some tape here because there's no paint on this. This is just white foam. Spray that black, same as this blue part. I'll spray that black, and then they'll go back together like that. Of course I'll also have to spray this black as well, like that. Okay, I did say I was going to use this foam tack, but I'm not, because I still have a tiny bit of Yoo-hoo pour left, and that's what's going to be used in there. Yeah, it's going to come up like that. I might even put a cocktail stick through it. So I'll put Yoo-hoo pour on this. I'll just open it up again and let it tack a bit. I'll also put some on the underside here, which I want to spread into that crack. I don't mind it oozing out. Put a bit more on there. It's too much, but because by the time I push this together, so that's where that's going, and that is going through there and out the other side. This bit I'm not too worried about, I'll fill that in. But of course with that piece of foam there I don't have to fill in much. And that's it, I'm leaving that like that. Cut at the front, and then cut at the back. Yep, that's good. I just want one more stick through that. I want it here. I mean, it's just to hold everything in place. Right. I put a tiny bit of glue on the end. Spread it along the stick because it will spread as I push it through. And push that through the hole I just made. That will glue in place there. Now the stick I've already put in, I didn't glue that in, so I'll push that out. Put a bit of glue on that as well, just on the end, because it will spread as I push it in. It'll spread through. There we are. Complete overkill for this. There's no stress, there's no strain on that part. But I like being thorough. This will need a trim down this other side. It's poking out a tiny little bit. You don't want it poking out a tiny little bit. Yeah, what's that like? That fits down there nicely. That fits over there nicely. And then we'll just use a bit of filler. I'll need to leave that to let that set. I don't need that piece. We're just going to be filling in here. This is pretty much dry now, it's just gone a bit tacky. Now the filler's light, but with that foam still in place, it means I can use a lot less of it. So you can see here how a magnet can be used to hold a screw in place. And that makes it much easier to get it screwed in. And all you need to do is get it to bite, and then you can take it off. So you could use a credit card just to spread this stuff out, smooth it over. I don't have a Duff credit card, but I do have this Plexi card, plastic card, whatever it's called. And this one happens to be one I've cut into the shape for a servo cover. So I can use that just to smear it over here. And I don't need much. Now it's always a good idea to test this stuff. It should be foam safe, but if it isn't and you apply it, then you're in trouble, aren't you? So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of it where there's some white foam. See there, I've put some of this on the foam. Now I have to wait just to make sure that it doesn't eat the foam. There's no reason why it should. I'll leave it there so we can see it. And then you see you can spread this out. So that looks pretty good to me. That's not eating that foam. In fact, the foam's not reacting to it at all. I'm happy with that. Let's get some in there. Put some on the board. This is way too much, by the way. Okay, we'll give that time to dry. And that's it for now. We've just got to let that dry. And while that is drying, let's clear this up a bit. Here's one of my Runcams. This is supposed to go in here somehow. Well, it's not going to work with the orange mount, but these can be removed from that orange mount. And it's not going to work either, not without cutting some foam away. And then I'll have to use a strap or something to hold it in place. What I could do is cut some more of this out so I can actually mount that in there. Something like that. I'd rather not, to be honest. I'd rather stick the camera on the wing, which I tend to do anyway. Or if not on the wing, maybe I can mount it up here. The angle's not very good there. Can I bring it further forward? Possibly. There we go. That's nice and level. And the beauty about the Runcam is, of course, it's got Bluetooth. So if we switch it on, if I connect to my phone, I've got an app on my phone, push this button once and it starts looking at Bluetooth. See the light flashing? That means it's searching for a Bluetooth connection. I'm trying to connect now. It's connected. That will stop flashing. Or it should stop flashing. Yeah, there we are. And then it will connect to my phone. So I can actually get a view. That's the view. If I can get this in focus, focus, come on, focus, focus, focus. That's the view picked up by the Runcam. So I can now use that, adjust the position of the Runcam, so I see what it sees before I decide where to fix it. And that's not bad at all there, actually. Bit of Velcro there. It picks up this nose quite nicely. Yeah, that'll be good. So that's where it's going to be. The good thing about that is I can mount it that way, should I wish, because it's just on Velcro. What you're seeing now, I'm going to let the focus on. This is the actual tail. This is the body. This is that part of the image. Yeah. So I won't mess around with this camera mount. I'll just use my Velcro mounts on my beautiful little Runcams. Now I have 3 of these. The black one on the orange is always top top side. It can be changed, and you can change it with the app on the phone. But I have this one, the orange one in the orange mount, permanently set for bottom side. So you mount this one this way under the wing or under the fuselage between the undercarriage, and the image is already flipped. Right, so that's that pretty much done really. Just need to sand it down. Let's just tell you what while I'm here. I'm going to fill that crack in as well. The whole thing's going to be painted anyway. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in part 2. Cheers.